Every 40 seconds, someone in the world suffers a stroke, and for many older adults, it happens quietly without warning. It doesn't begin with a dramatic collapse or sudden loss of speech. Often it starts with something subtle, a small imbalance, a slower arm movement, or a strange stiffness that feels like nothing serious. Most people overlook these signs, assuming they are just part of getting older. But in reality, these small physical changes can be the body's early alarm system, quietly signaling that something is wrong with the brain's blood flow. This is where ancient Japanese wisdom meets modern medical understanding. In Japan, longevity is not just a matter of diet or genetics. It is a culture built around daily awareness of the body. Elders there have long practiced gentle, mindful movements each morning, not only to stay flexible but to listen to their bodies, to notice imbalance before illness appears. Western science is now discovering that this sensitivity can literally save lives, especially when it comes to strokes. Imagine being able to detect your own risk right at home, using nothing more than a few simple, natural movements. No machines, no tests, no appointments, just your body, your awareness, and a few minutes of focus. That's what this video will teach you today. 3 movements inspired by Japanese traditions and supported by modern research, designed to help you recognize early signs of stroke risk from the comfort of your home. Each movement is simple. You don't need special equipment or even much space. You only need your attention and the willingness to notice the small things, because those small things often tell the biggest stories. By the end of this video, you'll know how to check your balance, your coordination, and even subtle changes in muscle or speech that may indicate a developing problem. You'll also understand how these ancient habits connect with what doctors call preventive awareness, the art of catching health issues early. If you're over 60, or if you have parents or grandparents who are, these movements could be among the most important things you ever learn. They're safe, easy, and could one day save a life. So as we go through each step, follow along slowly, notice how your body responds, and remember, prevention begins with observation. Now, before we begin, take a deep breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your arms resting beside you. Your body already holds more wisdom than you think. The key is learning how to listen to it, and that's exactly what the Japanese have been mastering for centuries. In this journey, we'll blend that timeless Eastern wisdom with today's medical knowledge to help you take control of your health, one mindful movement at a time. Let's start by understanding why stroke risks often go unnoticed, and what makes them so dangerously invisible in everyday life. Stroke is often called a silent thief because it can damage the brain long before anyone realizes what's happening. Most people imagine a stroke as a sudden event, someone collapsing, losing speech, or being rushed to the hospital. But in truth, the danger often builds quietly over months or even years. Subtle clues hide in everyday movements, in the way we stand, reach, or speak. These clues are easy to miss, especially for older adults who assume changes in coordination or energy are just part of aging. That assumption can be dangerous. Studies show that many small, early strokes, called transient ischemic attacks or mini-strokes, go unrecognized. They cause minor temporary symptoms, weakness on one side, brief slurred speech, or sudden imbalance. Because these signs disappear quickly, people dismiss them. Yet, research confirms that having even one of these unnoticed episodes dramatically increases the chance of a major stroke later. What makes it worse is that inactivity, long sitting hours, and ignoring early discomfort accelerate the risk. In Japan, however, the approach to aging is different. Instead of separating health from daily life, movement is woven into everything. Seniors don't wait for exercise time, they live with awareness. Standing from the floor, walking to the market, or brewing morning tea, each moment becomes a quiet health check. Their wisdom is rooted in Kaizen, the philosophy of small, continuous improvements. This same idea applies to body awareness. Tiny, consistent attention to how you move can reveal problems long before they become serious. Modern medicine is beginning to agree. Research from institutions worldwide supports that daily light-intensity activity, such as chores or mindful stretching, helps regulate circulation and reduce the risk of stroke. The science behind it is simple. Movement keeps blood vessels flexible and improves oxygen flow to the brain. Stillness, on the other hand, allows tiny blockages or pressure buildups to form silently. That's why Japanese seniors, who rarely spend long periods sitting still, enjoy some of the lowest stroke rates among developed nations. Understanding this connection between movement and awareness is the foundation of our next steps. When you start paying attention to small details, a slower arm raise, a wobble while standing, a tight neck, you create an opportunity to act early. You give yourself a chance to prevent the unseen from becoming irreversible. So before we begin the first test, remember, this isn't about fear, it's about power. Every motion your body makes tells a story about what's happening inside. The Japanese call this harmony between motion and mind, shinshin ichinyo, body and spirit as one. When you move consciously, you listen to both. Now let's take that awareness and turn it into action. The first movement is simple, gentle, and revealing. It may look like nothing special, but it can show you more about your health than you imagine. Let's begin with the arm reach home check, your first tool for early stroke awareness. Let's begin with the first movement, the arm reach home check. This simple action may look ordinary, yet it can quietly reveal important clues about your brain and circulation. Stand or sit upright, whichever feels safer for you. Slowly lift both arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height, palms facing upward. Hold this position for a few seconds, then gently lower them back down. That's all. Now observe carefully. Do both arms rise evenly? Do they feel equally strong? Is there trembling, hesitation, or one arm that seems heavier or slower than the other? At first glance, this movement might seem too basic to mean anything. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. Doctors often use a similar version of this test in hospitals when they suspect early signs of stroke or neurological imbalance. The reason is simple. The brain controls movement on opposite sides of the body. When one side weakens or reacts differently, it can indicate that blood flow or nerve signaling is being interrupted, sometimes by a tiny clot or narrowing artery that hasn't yet caused a full stroke. In daily life, you might notice this difference without realizing what it means. Struggling to lift a pot with one hand, feeling one sleeve harder to put on, or sensing that your arm just feels off. Many people brush it aside, thinking it's fatigue or arthritis. But the Japanese philosophy of mindful awareness invites you to pause instead of dismissing it. To them, noticing a small imbalance is an opportunity, a sign that your body is whispering before it's forced to shout. What makes this movement even more valuable is how accessible it is. You can do it any time, while standing in your kitchen, before a walk, or even seated in a chair. Performing it daily not only helps detect early warning signs, but also strengthens your connection with your own body. You begin to know what feels normal for you, so that if something changes, you recognize it immediately. That awareness, developed over time, is the foundation of preventive health in Japanese culture. If during this test one arm drops sooner or trembles more, don't panic. This doesn't automatically mean a stroke is happening. It means your body deserves attention. Take note. Repeat the movement at another time of day. And if the difference continues, speak with a healthcare professional. Early discussion can prevent serious outcomes later. This small act, lifting your arms with awareness, is both a movement and a meditation. It strengthens circulation, steadies the breath, and sharpens observation. In Japan, such simplicity is celebrated because it aligns with the idea that wisdom hides in quiet routines. Now that you've experienced your first movement, let's understand why this humble arm reach test holds such scientific and cultural weight, and how stories and research from both Japan and modern medicine confirm its hidden power. The arm reach home check might appear too gentle to matter, but science and centuries of Japanese practice say otherwise. In medical terms, this test resembles what doctors call the pronator drift test, often used to identify subtle neurological weakness. If one arm wavers, sinks, or turns inward while the other stays steady, it can point to an imbalance in the brain's control of muscle strength. Research from stroke studies shows that these tiny asymmetries can appear days or even weeks before a major event occurs. What feels like mild fatigue could actually be an early signal that blood flow to part of the brain is being compromised. A study published in Stroke Journal revealed that early detection through simple motor tasks significantly increases the chances of preventing permanent damage. When patients notice weakness or sluggish coordination early and seek medical care, doctors can often identify transient ischemic attacks, mini-strokes, that would otherwise go unnoticed. This means that your few seconds of observation could literally add years to your life. The Japanese have long understood the importance of paying attention to such small physical differences. In many rural communities, morning movement rituals are performed slowly, with purpose. Elders often extend their arms, rotate their shoulders, and observe whether both sides move fluidly. This isn't a workout, it's a daily dialogue with the body. By maintaining this routine, they cultivate awareness that helps them recognize imbalance before pain or illness develops. It's a form of mindfulness woven into motion, and that's why it's so effective. Let's consider a story. In a small town near Kyoto, an 80-year-old gardener named Satoshi began to notice that when he reached to trim his bonsai, his right arm felt slightly heavier than usual. Instead of ignoring it, he mentioned it during his community health check. The nurse suggested a scan, which revealed a minor blockage forming in one of his carotid arteries. It hadn't yet caused damage, but treatment prevented what could have been a severe stroke. What saved him wasn't luck. It was awareness. Science continues to support these kinds of observations. According to data from the World Health Organization, early detection and lifestyle monitoring can prevent up to 80% of strokes. Regular mindful movement, even something as basic as arm lifts, increases circulation, strengthens neural pathways, and helps maintain balance between both sides of the body. The Japanese expression karada o yomu, meaning to read the body, beautifully captures this idea. By learning to read your own body, you become your first line of defense. The lesson is simple. Small tests matter. Every time you raise your arms mindfully, you're not just stretching, you're communicating with your brain. You're listening to what most people ignore until it's too late. Now let's move to the second movement, a balance check that reveals even more about how your body and brain work together. The second movement is called the balance shift check, and it's one of the most revealing ways to understand your body's connection with your brain. Balance is like a silent language. When it falters, the body is sending a message that something deeper might be wrong. This simple test, drawn from both modern neurology and Japanese daily movement habits, helps you tune into those messages before danger strikes. Begin in a safe, open space near a wall or sturdy chair. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and let your arms hang naturally. Slowly shift your weight to your right leg, lifting your left foot slightly off the ground for 3 seconds. Then return to center and repeat on the other side. Feel the difference. Does one side feel steadier or stronger? Do you sway more on one leg? Do your feet or legs tremble? These subtle sensations are clues, and they matter. Many seniors dismiss a small wobble or momentary instability as just getting old. But balance issues can indicate early changes in the brain's coordination centers, particularly in areas affected by poor blood circulation. Studies from the Journal of Stroke and Cerebrovascular Diseases have shown that imbalance, even mild, can precede vascular events or signal that a previous mini-stroke went unnoticed. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. The key is noticing differences between your left and right sides. In Japan, balance training isn't reserved for gyms or hospitals. It's embedded in daily life. Older adults often practice gentle weight shifting while standing in line, washing dishes, or waiting for tea to steep. These small actions are not exercise in the Western sense. They're moments of mindfulness, continuous, effortless maintenance of stability. The Japanese word seijaku means calm in motion, reflecting the belief that stillness within movement is a sign of both mental and physical health. Consider an example. A 75-year-old woman named Keiko used to perform this balance shift while brushing her teeth each morning. One day she noticed she could stand comfortably on her right leg but not her left. Her knee wobbled and she felt slightly dizzy. She didn't panic but mentioned it during a community wellness screening. Doctors discovered early signs of reduced blood flow in the left side of her brain. Simple awareness and action allowed her to start treatment early and prevent a potential stroke. Practicing the balance shift check daily not only builds stability but also retrains your brain's connection with your muscles. The act of shifting weight consciously improves posture, circulation, and focus. Over time, it teaches you to recognize your normal state so that any future imbalance stands out immediately. Balance is more than physical coordination. It's a reflection of how your brain communicates with your body. When that communication weakens, movement becomes hesitant. But when you train awareness through small habits like this, you strengthen both. Now let's explore the third and final movement, one that combines motion and sound to detect subtle neurological shifts you might otherwise overlook. The third movement is known as the neck rotation and speech check. It's quiet, simple, and incredibly insightful. A movement that bridges the physical and cognitive worlds. While the first two exercises reveal imbalance and weakness, this one connects to two essential systems: blood flow to the brain and clarity of communication. These are areas where early stroke signs often hide. Start by sitting or standing comfortably with your back straight. Slowly turn your head to the right until you feel a gentle stretch, then back to center, and then to the left. Move slowly and breathe naturally. As you rotate, pay attention. Does one side feel stiffer? Does your neck crack more on one side? Do you feel lightheaded or dizzy during the turn? These sensations can indicate reduced flexibility in the arteries that carry blood from your heart to your brain. Once you've completed a few gentle rotations, speak aloud a short, simple sentence such as, "Today I feel calm and strong." Listen closely to yourself. Does your voice sound clear? Do the words come out smoothly? Or do you notice slight slurring, a drop in tone, or an odd delay between thought and speech? It might seem like a minor detail, but doctors often use similar assessments when evaluating stroke risk. Small changes in speech or facial movement are among the earliest indicators that part of the brain isn't receiving enough oxygen. This movement has deep roots in Japanese wellness culture. Every morning, many elders perform kubifuri taiso, gentle neck and shoulder rotations paired with breathing and short affirmations. They believe that energy and health begin in the flow between head and heart. Turning the neck awakens circulation, while speaking aloud harmonizes breath and awareness. It's a way of checking not only physical stiffness, but also mental presence. Western medicine now echoes this principle. Healthy neck mobility supports blood flow through the carotid arteries, and mindful vocal exercise stimulates brain regions responsible for memory and coordination. In a study from the American Heart Association, researchers emphasized that slight dizziness during head turns or occasional speech hesitations in older adults can sometimes predict vascular insufficiency. The reason is simple. When the arteries in the neck narrow, even a simple rotation can temporarily reduce blood flow, producing faintness or confusion. Recognizing these moments early gives doctors a chance to treat blockages before they escalate. One Japanese physician once described this practice as hearing the whisper of the body. The whisper might be a momentary stiffness, a softer voice, or a slower turn, signs that deserve respect, not fear. By performing this check regularly, you stay familiar with your own baseline. That way, any deviation stands out immediately. With these three movements, the arm reach, balance shift, and neck rotation with speech, you now hold practical tools for early awareness. But Japanese tradition goes further. It doesn't stop at detection. It builds prevention through daily habits. Let's look at how centuries of wisdom have turned simple routines into shields against hidden stroke risks. Beyond these three movements, Japanese culture teaches that true prevention doesn't rely only on occasional checks. It grows from the rhythm of everyday life. Movements, posture, and breathing become part of living awareness. One of the most respected practices among Japanese elders is the morning meditative stretch, a ritual that blends movement, mindfulness, and gratitude. This simple routine can strengthen circulation, calm the mind, and reinforce your body's sensitivity to subtle changes long before they turn dangerous. Picture a Japanese morning in a quiet neighborhood. The sun rises softly, and elders gather in small groups at parks or temple courtyards. They begin their day with slow stretches, lifting their arms, rolling their shoulders, and gently twisting their necks. Each motion is deliberate and synchronized with breath. This is not exercise in the Western sense. It is reflection through motion. The goal is not to burn calories, but to awaken awareness. In that calm, they notice if a shoulder feels tighter, if balance feels off, or if their breathing seems uneven. These details guide how they move through the rest of the day. Science confirms that such mindful stretching offers real protection. Studies from Japan's National Institute for Longevity Sciences found that older adults who engage in daily low-intensity stretching and controlled breathing have significantly better vascular elasticity. Their arteries remain flexible, allowing blood to flow more efficiently to the brain. The body's sensitivity sharpens, and reaction to imbalance improves. This isn't coincidence. It's biology, responding to consistency. The Japanese practice of Asa no Ugoki, morning movement, also strengthens the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls rest, recovery, and circulation. When activated through gentle, rhythmic motion, this system reduces blood pressure and improves oxygen delivery to the brain. Over time, these benefits add up, reducing stroke risk naturally without strain. To bring this into your own life, you don't need a park or a group. Start by standing near a window each morning. Inhale deeply, raise your arms overhead, and exhale as you lower them slowly. Rotate your shoulders backward 3 times, then tilt your head gently side to side. End with a deep breath and a calm moment of stillness. As you move, focus not on perfection, but on feeling. Notice warmth spreading through your chest and neck. That's blood and oxygen flowing freely. Japanese elders often say, "A day that begins with awareness ends in harmony." This idea reflects a truth modern medicine agrees with. When you start your day connected to your body, you carry that mindfulness into everything you do. Each small stretch becomes a check-in with your health. This daily ritual complements the 3 stroke detection movements perfectly. Together they form a holistic practice, awareness, balance, and prevention united in motion. And while these habits seem gentle, their impact is profound. Next, we'll connect all these ideas, science, movement, and tradition, to understand why these simple practices are so powerful and why they remain one of Japan's greatest secrets to long, healthy living. These 3 movements and daily habits may appear simple, yet together they represent a profound philosophy. The belief that awareness and longevity are built through consistency, not complexity. In Japan, this concept is deeply woven into daily life. Health is not seen as a task or a goal, it is a rhythm. The arm reach, balance shift, and neck rotation are not just tests, they are mirrors of inner balance, reflections of how well the brain, body, and spirit remain connected. Modern science continues to validate what Japanese tradition has practiced for generations. Research comparing lifestyle habits between Japan and Western nations consistently reveals lower stroke rates among older Japanese adults. It's not because of medication or technology alone. It's because of movement. Continuous light physical activity maintains flexible arteries, improves coordination, and strengthens the neural pathways that control motion and speech. In essence, these small daily actions preserve the brain's ability to communicate with the body. Some experts have called this approach micro-prevention. Instead of waiting for disease to appear and fighting it, Japanese elders integrate prevention into everything they do. Hanging laundry becomes balance practice. Bowing slightly when greeting someone stretches the spine. Carrying a shopping bag with both hands strengthens coordination. Even moments of stillness, like sipping green tea, are done mindfully, promoting calm circulation. Each act, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of health. This perspective contrasts sharply with the Western idea that health must come from effort or equipment. In Japan, effort is replaced with harmony. The body is treated not as a machine to be fixed, but as a garden to be tended. Every movement is care, every repetition, a reminder. That philosophy is why Japanese people often maintain mobility and mental clarity well into their 90s. It's not luck, it's daily alignment. There's also a cultural belief that the heart and mind must move together. The phrase kokoro to karada wa hitotsu, the heart and body are one, expresses that emotional calm directly affects physical stability. When anxiety tightens the muscles or speeds the heartbeat, circulation suffers. Gentle, mindful motion reverses this by inviting calm, which widens the arteries and restores balance. This is why many Japanese stretching practices begin with deep breathing and end with quiet gratitude. Gratitude itself is part of health. So when we say that these 3 movements are among the most important habits for seniors, it's not exaggeration. It's respect for how prevention truly works. The combination of awareness, light motion, and mindful observation forms a powerful shield against hidden dangers like stroke. Now that you understand the depth behind these movements and the cultural wisdom supporting them, it's time to bring everything together. A full recap of the methods, their meanings, and how you can apply them daily to protect your health and strengthen your connection with life itself. Let's bring everything together. You've now learned 3 movements: the arm reach, the balance shift, and the neck rotation with speech, along with one powerful daily habit, the morning meditative stretch. Each of these serves a unique purpose, yet together they create a complete system of awareness that connects your body, your brain, and your breath. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity. No gym, no machines, no pressure. Just awareness in motion. The arm reach helps reveal asymmetry, one of the earliest hints that blood flow or nerve control might be changing. When one arm moves differently from the other, the body could be signaling a developing imbalance in the brain. The balance shift exposes coordination issues and reveals whether one side of your body feels weaker or slower to respond. Subtle differences like these, when noticed early, can lead to life-saving medical conversations. And the neck rotation with speech combines motion and communication, testing the flow of oxygen and the clarity of expression, 2 of the body's most sensitive indicators of neurological health. When these 3 movements are practiced regularly, they become more than tests. They become habits of awareness. You start to read your own body the way the Japanese concept Karada Oyomu describes, observing, understanding, responding. Instead of waiting for illness, you partner with your body, noticing the whispers before they turn into alarms. The morning meditative stretch complements this by infusing calm into action. It's the balance of energy and rest, motion and stillness. Western research now shows that combining mindful breathing with slow stretching reduces blood pressure, improves circulation, and supports mental clarity. For seniors, this means more than feeling flexible. It means protecting memory, focus, and independence. You can bring these practices into your daily routine effortlessly. Do the arm reach after waking up. Try the balance shift while brushing your teeth or washing dishes. Add the neck rotation during a walk or while waiting for tea to steep. These small intentional actions don't interrupt your day, they enhance it. Consistency matters more than intensity. What you repeat daily shapes how your body ages and how your brain stays alert. By now, one message should be clear. Prevention isn't a single act, it's a lifestyle. The Japanese have known this for centuries, and their longevity is living proof. When you connect awareness, movement, and gratitude, your body becomes your most trusted ally. So as you move through your day, remember that every gesture is a chance to check in with your health. Each step, each breath, and each moment of attention builds resilience from the inside out. You have everything you need to start right now. No tools, no equipment, only presence. And as we move into the final part of our journey, let's take this knowledge and turn it into a commitment. A daily reminder that awareness is power, and your future health begins today. Before we close, take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on what you've learned. 3 simple movements: the arm reach, the balance shift, and the neck rotation with speech, along with the morning meditative stretch, form a quiet but powerful shield against hidden stroke risks. You don't need to memorize complex routines or chase perfection. What matters is that you move with awareness, that you listen when your body speaks, and that you respond with care. If you've tried these movements while watching or reading along, pause now and notice how you feel. Do your shoulders feel lighter? Is your breathing deeper? Maybe you've noticed one side that feels different, or perhaps you simply feel calmer. These sensations are your body's way of saying, "I'm awake." That awareness alone is progress. Prevention starts not with medicine but with mindfulness, a truth Japan's oldest generations have practiced for centuries. Health is not a single moment. It's a conversation. The Japanese approach teaches us that each day offers a chance to renew that dialogue through small, consistent actions. Whether it's the mindful stretch after waking, a balance check while standing, or a gentle head turn as you sip tea, every movement is a message of respect to your body. That is what keeps life flowing smoothly, quietly protecting you from dangers that others never see coming. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of the three movements spoke to you the most? Did you try them yet? Did you notice any differences between sides or any new sensations? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could encourage someone else to begin their own practice. Many of our viewers read through these shared experiences, finding comfort in knowing they're not alone. Together, we're building a space where awareness becomes community. Thank you for being part of this journey and for taking the time to invest in your health. Every moment you spend learning and practicing these habits strengthens not just your body, but your confidence in it. The smallest action, when done consistently, can prevent the biggest loss. That's the essence of both Japanese wisdom and preventive science. Small steps, long life. If this guide has helped you, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, or anyone who could benefit from these gentle but powerful checks. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content for seniors and families around the world. And when you're ready for the next step, join us in the next video, where we'll explore the Japanese walking habits that improve circulation and maintain sharpness well into advanced age. Until then, stay mindful, stay curious, and remember, every day your body speaks, and every time you listen, you protect your tomorrow.